Hey everyone, Ryan here, we're M&R Productions, and frankly, this is a video I wish I wasn't making right now. I wish I was in Los Angeles at the red carpet premiere for LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, a show that I've been very excited for alongside many of you, in large part because of the return of Jedi Bob, but I'm not there joyously celebrating the release of the show, and after all we've been through on the channel trying to get LEGO to make a new Jedi Bob, I couldn't not tell you what I think actually happened. And by the end of this video, you'll see exactly what it's like to have someone's joy and passion, just pure joy and passion, absolutely stripped from them. And I'm going to be pretty vulnerable in this video. I'm going to emotionally try to keep it pretty level, but I'm going to be very upfront with how I feel about a lot of this stuff. So this story picks up 2 weeks ago on August 29th, 7 p.m. Eastern. I got an email from Disney that says, "You're invited, LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy screening event." And I was over the moon when I saw this pop in my inbox. I was texting my friends saying, "Look what I got sent. I can't believe it." And I would jokingly say, "They must have sent it by mistake. How could they invite me? Whoa, that's so funny that they would invite me." But I was like, in my heart, so grateful. I was so excited that some people that I messaged were like, maybe they want to bury the hatchet. And I'm like, maybe that's so exciting. I was over the moon. The Jedi Bob show, I'm invited to Hollywood to watch the Jedi Bob show at the premiere. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. Maybe there's a couple things that get better than that. But in my little world of Lego and Star Wars, this was like winning the Super Bowl. Literally just being invited to this thing just made me feel so happy and appreciated for something that I've given so much to over the years. You know what I mean? So as I started reading through the details of the event, I noticed it's in Los Angeles, California, and I live in Orlando, Florida. So it's not close at all. It's 2,600 miles, a 3-day car drive. I'm not a huge fan of flying. I've flown like a dozen times before. I just really feel nervous about flying, so I prefer to drive when I can. But the 3-day car drive, and of course the 3 days I would also have to drive back to Orlando, were a bit of a barrier to entry to me, like wanting to actually go and actually make the trip, you know? So I wasn't entirely sure I wanted to go. I was like, man, this is so cool that they invited me, but like, it's just so far away and I really don't want to fly. So I was like, I probably won't go, but I got to talking to some friends and specifically my guy Sans, because I could bring a +1, and he really wanted to meet Mark Hamill. Like, it was just his lone goal in this entire adventure for him was to meet Mark Hamill. And he essentially convinced me that we should go. And I said yes on the condition that we wear our Lego Llama Adidas tracksuits that we both own, matching outfits to the red carpet event. I was like, man, this is going to be so much fun. We're going to look so dapper in our little kids extra large llama shirts and stuff. We were going to look ridiculous. It's going to be so funny. And so about midnight that night, I went ahead and RSVP'd to the event so that I could go, pending any final details to make it happen or whatever. But the point is, within about 5 hours of them having sent out all of the emails to all of the creators, I had RSVP'd for the event. And it's notable that on the Google Doc, it does say it is first come, first serve. But I was like, first 5 hours, I'm probably fine. And more importantly, right below that, it says that the Google Doc will close once it's full. And so I was like, all right, well, I can still RSVP. I'm sure it's not full, right? And so I spent my entire next day planning out my road trip to and from LA and what we would do along the way for great content for M&R vlogs and, of course, the actual event for LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy while I was in LA. Like, there was going to be some fantastic vlogs. Subscribe to M&R vlogs. Won't be those vlogs, but there's going to be some vlogs. Part of my plan was to do a fan meetup at a third-party LEGO store in Los Angeles, and I had a friend who knows a bunch of the owners in the area, and so I was on the phone with him. I was like, I just want to do a fan meetup while I'm there. I love meeting fans.
I made the 2 diss tracks on Ryan 3 years ago.
I'll run over your 5 first battle pack.
And so as I'm on the phone with him, I get another email. And my heart dropped.
And then you will get a heart attack.
So the email reads, "Hi Ryan, thank you for your interest in attending this screening. Unfortunately, this screening has filled up quickly and we're unable to confirm your seat for this event. I apologize for any inconvenience and can surely keep you in mind if any additional spots open up. Appreciate your understanding and hope to have you at a future event soon." So on its face, this is a really disappointing email. You know, like, I missed it by who knows how many minutes or hours. I could have been there, you know, if I had just RSVP'd right when I saw the email. But, you know, on some level, it sucks to suck. You got to be quicker than that. And that's just kind of how I felt about it. And I was like, man, this really blows. But also, there's nothing you can do. The seats are full. So about a week goes by, and on my aforementioned vlog channel, I had posted my weekly vlog, and as part of that vlog, I had a snippet in there of me reacting to receiving the email saying that I wasn't going to be able to attend. "I'm sorry, we don't have a seat for you." And I'm just like, I don't get invited to things. I get invited to one thing. I'm not outwardly showing the emotion, but I do not feel good. So on September 8th, I get a text from my friend Tyler, aka Lifebricks here on YouTube, saying that I just watched your vlog and I figured I'd do it for myself and see what happens. The form submission went through. So he was also invited to the event, and it's now September 8th, like I said, though. And if you actually look on the form or in the email, it says that you have to RSVP by September 3rd. So it's 5 days late, and they told me a week ago that the seats were full, but if one opened up, they would hit me up, right? So he submits his RSVP 5 days late, and after we both apparently know that it's already full. Throughout the week, I had been periodically checking back into that email, and like the form just never closed. Like it was still always open, and I thought that was odd, but I also thought maybe the guy in charge of this just doesn't care to actually like follow it to the letter of what's written. That's potentially the case, and that's fine if whatever, like not a big deal. If it's full, whether the form is closed or not. But Tyler was able to submit his thing, and off it went. And the next day comes around. It's September 9th now, and through a friend of a friend, I become aware that some other influencers, non-Lego influencers, mind you, so it's like a Marvel person or something, were invited to the event on that day, like a brand new invite. They weren't invited when the original invites went out on August 30th. So here we are on September 9th, 6 days after RSVPs were supposed to be cut off, and 10 days after I was told it's completely full. They've apparently, allegedly, invited new people. And I thought, this is odd. I was pretty upset about it, but I didn't have proof. This was word of mouth. But I totally believe the people that told me. There's no reason not to believe them. So instead of emailing the same rep back with this newfound information, I actually decided to text the phone number that he had on there. And I said, hey, I heard more invites went out for the LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy event today. I was hoping you had a spot open for someone who RSVP'd a week ago. The point of me sending that as a text and not as part of the previous email thread, though, is that I didn't want him to immediately know that it was me texting. I wanted to maybe catch him, because my meter was going. I was like, something's up here. So I tried to kind of sneak it in there and be like, hey, what's going on? So on Tuesday, September 10th at 1:22 p.m. Eastern, he responded to my text and said, hey, sorry, who is this? I haven't sent out any additional invites for my allotment. And so I didn't catch him, didn't get him here. And I was like, man, all right, maybe it is full. Maybe there's a different Disney rep that's sending out new invites to non-Lego people for whatever reason. It really sucks, and I'm really not thrilled about it, but maybe that's why. And these big companies can be big companies and do completely nonsensical things like that. But then about an hour later, I had a really good idea. When you RSVP, it says, hey, you're good to go. As soon as you fill out the form, you're in, because the form is supposed to be closed when it's full. So while Tyler wasn't really intending on going necessarily, when he filled out the form, it told him he could go. And so I was like, Tyler, you should email this guy and ask him if your reservation is confirmed, because the event's in 2 days. You've got to make sure that your spot's there, since you RSVP'd, but you did RSVP late, but your spot should be there because it technically told you you're good to go. So he sends off the email, and within 30 minutes of my FBI, CIA level plan having been hatched in my head and put into action, he gets an email back from the Disney rep who says, hi, Tyler. Yes, we received your RSVP, so you're confirmed. I'll give you more arrival details in the coming days. I was told 10 days ago that the event was full and that if more seats opened up, they would surely send me an email. I've been asking for Jedi Bob back since 2018, leading the charge with the fans, with you guys. It's been more fun than anything, and pain. But bro, oh boy, this was it. He sent me this back, and it was the smoking gun. So this, of course, begs the question, why have I been told there's no space? Meanwhile, my friend, who was given the same invite on the same day from the same employee, yet RSVP'd over a week after I did, has been told he has a seat available for him. Well, I think at some point the day after I RSVP'd, LEGO took a look at the RSVP attendee list and said, oh no, that can't happen. And if you couldn't tell from my initial reaction upon receiving the invite, I was hoping that this was a chance for change, to turn a new page, for a new era for my relationship between me and LEGO, and that, the past is the past, but this is a good thing, and we're doing a great thing here, and it's going to be fun, and we're all going to have a fun time. But it just comes across to me like someone at LEGO doesn't want to have me affiliated with this marketing campaign for Jedi Bob, even though I'm the most passionate Jedi Bob fan out there. I've been asking for Jedi Bob since 2018, man. You'll see it at the end of the video, it goes deep. But boy, there I was, ready to let bygones be bygones and drive 2,600 miles to Los Angeles to celebrate Rebuild the Galaxy. And sometimes they offer creators paid things with stuff like this. This wasn't paid at all. You're going for the love of the game. And that's what I was going for, because I love Lego Star Wars, and they took it from me. I want to be there as a fan celebrating Jedi Bob's return, and I still will tomorrow. When the show comes out, I'm going to watch the show, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it, you know, because I know good people are behind this. Good people brought Jedi Bob back. I watched the interviews.
So I've been well aware of Jedi Bob as just a member of that adult fan of Lego, AFOL community for years. And so when we started talking about this show, immediately I was like, well, obviously the Jedi Master in this should be Jedi Bob. And there was definitely a lot of, wait, who? From certain people involved in this, because it is a deep cut. Once I explained the history and how much fans would flip out if we were to do this, people got excited and on board.
The people that actually did this are like real fans of the thing. Honestly, there's a lot of other things I want to say, and I think me of 2 or 3 years ago would say those things, but I feel like I've grown and tried to get better with that type of stuff. Dude, it sucks more than anything, because it's obviously the thing I love more than anything in the world other than Tom Brady or Jason Tatum. There was literally zero downside to them inviting me driving across country, and then shilling for them like crazy at the event, because that's what I would have done. They like that. And hey, maybe it would have been good for everyone and everything in the long term if it had worked out. But instead, I'm just sitting here feeling deceived once again, like I have many a times before through my experiences working with Lego through their ambassador network. I just find it unacceptable that a company as championed as Lego could treat some of its most passionate fans like myself like this. It just really sucks. Anyway, I hope you guys watch Rebuild the Galaxy. I think it's going to be amazing, and I know the people that are actually behind the show are some amazing people that have put in a lot of hard work to actually create a really good product. I hope to have some more fun and positive content about Rebuild the Galaxy soon. I actually want to build Jedi Bob his very own Millennium Falcon, but I just couldn't sit silently once I figured out that Lego had taken what frankly was an opportunity and event of a lifetime that I could have gone and enjoyed and shared my time with you guys, you know, away from me. You don't get these types of things back, and I'd like to leave you with a young, naive me from 2018.
Jedi Bob, I think you should return in a new Lego Star Wars set next year for the 20th anniversary of Lego Star Wars, and I think you should also still be in yellow. You know how cool that would be if Lego brought Jedi Bob back? That would be one of the best polybags ever, and that just like a fan service Lego Star Wars polybag. Like, why not?
Also, Jedi Bob should probably be the minifigure for UCS Republic Gunship. It's a pretty legendary figure from the original Republic Gunship, and it'd be pretty dang awesome if he was put into this. And I'm gonna click submit, and I think that's gonna be it. So I voted for the Republic Gunship. This is what matters to a lot of people. Jedi Bob, of course, great original figure from the original Gunship in 2002. Absolutely legendary, and a meme, some may say in the Lego Star Wars community, but a serious meme at that. We can shut down the tyranny that is original trilogy UCS sets. 10 years is 10 years too many.
And then I started making propaganda for the Republic Gunship. We also have the He's Watching You for Jedi Bob, and of course, we can do it. Release it in the yellow skin tone and kind of sell it on the box, like put a circle around it, put Jedi Bob there, and then have it say Fans Choice Minifigure. I think that would be great. I just think it would be really tasteful to do it that way.
That is your Jedi Bob minifigure. What an experience. I actually love the UCS Gunship. I think that the model itself is beyond my wildest dreams of perfection.
The Republic Gunship is a set from the original trilogy. One is a clone commander, which also doubles as the pilot of the ship.
Let's be honest. All most people remember from the movies is that there was a yellow clone trooper with some yellow markings on the helmet piloting the vehicle. So if we continue to follow Lego's line of thinking, why didn't they just put Jedi Bob in the set instead of Mace Windu? Because all most people remember from the movie is that some Jedi in some robes were fighting on Geonosis, right? Because this is massively disappointing given that the two most requested minifigures by far were Jedi Bob and Commander Cody on the poll that Lego ran and literally asked you what figures you wanted included in the set. If today was the last time I talked about it, I would be quite happy with my life at this point. It is something that I was so excited for and had no idea I could be so distraught over after just being continually beat down over it by the Lego group. So thanks again, Lego, for that one. I fell to my knees in a Chick-fil-A when I heard this room. No, it's Jedi Bob's Starfighter. Can you believe it? After quite a few years now of, you know, thinking they weren't going to do Jedi Bob after the whole Gunship debacle and them clearly not caring what the fans had wanted with the Gunship figures, here's Jedi Bob on a platter in a $40 set with Jedi Bob Starfighter. Even if it wasn't done the first time for the right reasons at the time. I think it's really good that they've come back to it and they are trying to mend things with the community after what they did. I do really appreciate that. I do think that is a really, really good thing. And it's really cool that he's literally now got his own set. That is not what I envisioned happening. I spent my entire day planning this. I don't know how to feel.